The Springboks have released their team to take on Argentina. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about the Springboks that have been left behind to stay in South Africa that aren't touring with Argentina. Has Rassie already shown his cards for the Greatest Rivalry Test 1 against the All Blacks? I personally think he has. I put some other videos out on social media. A lot of the people do think he has as well. That's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing either. But we're going to talk about that in this video. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support. We're trying to get to 10,000 as quick as possible. Then we're trying to go for 100,000. The support on this channel has been absolutely awesome. From the Springbok fans, the All Blacks fans, the Ireland fans, the Scotland fans, all the fans in World Rugby have been absolutely awesome on this channel. So thank you so much. If you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and stick around because there's going to be a lot more content where that game from. We're going to try go to the Ireland Springboks game this year as well. We're going to try get there. Maybe the France vs Springboks game in Paris as well. There is a lot of opportunities this year to go watch rugby. We're going to try do some vlog style videos as well. So it's going to be very fun. But let's get right into it now. The Springboks that have been left behind in South Africa. It has to be said, there was quite a lot of Springboks left behind in South Africa now that weren't touring to Argentina. And the fact that the Springboks can put out such an amazing team against Argentina with these guys left behind just shows the incredible depth right now that the Springboks do have. But that being said, I think the Springboks that have been left behind, most of those guys might just be in the starting lineup against the All Blacks. So let's get right into it. So some of the forwards that have been left behind, we have Malcolm Marx at hooker there, Pieter-Steph du Toit as utility forward, Franco Mostert, Ruan Nortje, Jasper Wiese, Vincent Chichuka, Paul de Villiers, Oxenche, Carlos Sardi, and Ntuthoko Mchunu. Some very big names there. A lot of these guys are regular season starters for the Springboks. I mean, Malcolm Marx, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Ruan Nortje, Jasper Wiese, Oxenche. These guys have all been consistently starting for the Springboks over the last few seasons. And these guys have been left at home. Now, I will say, I think Oxenche is kind of battling a bit of an injury right now. He is kind of trying to fix a little niggle that's going on before the opening game against the All Blacks. That's probably why Bohan Venter will play a lot of minutes this weekend, in my opinion, because if Oxenche is not ready for the game, if he's not up for game one, I think Bohan Venter might just be the guy in the number 1 jersey. But the other guys left behind as well, I mean, Carlos Sardi, Paul de Villiers, that could, Vincent Chichuka as well. These guys could all be playing a role in that first game against the All Blacks. And now, when we do think of the Greatest Rivalry series, I don't think it's going to be the same team every single game. I think maybe Test 1 and Test 2 might be very similar teams. But I fully expect Test 3, Test 4 to be completely different teams. It's going to take a very big squad effort to go and beat the All Blacks over 4 games. Now, my thought process now with these forwards that are left behind is you can clearly see a starting lineup there. I mean, you got Malcolm Marx at hooker, you got Oxenche at number 1, you've got Carlos Sardi who can play number 3, who was absolutely brilliant on his debut against Wales and definitely has gone higher up on the coach's pecking order. That being said, Thomas du Toit is still starting this weekend. Wilco Louw still there in the squad as well. A lot of good options there. You've got Paul de Villiers in the number 6 jersey there, who's battling against the current captain, Siya Kolisi. Will Paul de Villiers be playing from the starting lineup? Will he be playing from the bench? There's a lot of questions to answer, but I think the one thing you can see from these players that are left behind, most of these players, if not all of these players, will feature probably in game 1 against the All Blacks. So very exciting things there. The players that I do think from here that might just start against the All Blacks, Malcolm Marx 100%, he is the main guy. Pieter-Steph du Toit as well. Ruan Nortje, currently the best lock option for the Springboks. Jasper Wiese, the best number 8 in the world currently. Oxenche definitely, if he is healthy. Then I think guys like Vincent Chichuka, Franco Mostert, Paul de Villiers and Carlos Sardi can all be options to play in the starting lineup or possibly from the bench. I mean, Vincent Chichuka is a perfect example, a utility player, plays lock, plays loose forward. The coaches do seem to like him. He could be a guy that could be playing off the bench as well. Paul de Villiers could be the Kwagga Smith player for this year for the Springboks. He could be that guy coming from the bench, making a massive impact, playing some really good rugby in the second half of the games if Siya Kolisi does start. Then you've got a guy like Carlos Sardi. Now, I don't think Carlos Sardi right now is above Thomas du Toit in the pecking order. But Thomas du Toit playing this weekend and Wilco Louw playing off the not playing at all actually. Wilco Louw's not playing at all. That maybe does indicate that a guy like Carlos Sardi could be coming off the bench, for a guy like Thomas Tutoy in the opening game of the All Blacks series, with Vukulu maybe not even being in the 23 for that first game. Vukulu hasn't played that much rugby. He's been battling fitness, a lot of personal things as well. So I feel like a guy like Kadlu Sadi might just be playing off the bench for that game. Now, Ntutoko Mchunu got recalled quite late. I think that's probably why he's not touring to Argentina. He might just play in one of those kind of first few games against the All Blacks, but I don't see him right now being one of the top 3 or 4 main guys in that prop lot, in the kind of prop stocks there. There's still Zachary Porton, they still have Bowen Fenter as well, and Jan-Hendrik Wessel. So I don't know if Ntutoko Mchunu will go and play against the All Blacks right now. Then you have a guy like Franco Mostert there, who could be in the starting lineup, he could be on the bench, but he is a very good utility forward. So all these guys that are left behind, it's either they know 100% what they're going to get from them, they want to give some guys a rest, or they just need these guys to prepare as a squad to be at their best possible in their best possible form for game 1 against the All Blacks. So some really good forwards there, a lot of interesting talking points from there. Now moving on to the backline, for me it's pretty clear the entire starting backline's got to be here, or at least 5 of the 7 guys in the backline. We have Grant Williams, Manie Libbok, Kurtley Arendse, Cheslin Colby, Damian Willemse, Jesse Creel, Damien de Linde, and Vusi Moyo. Now, I think the one guy from that list that probably won't feature in the first few games against the All Blacks probably is Vusi Moyo, because you have guys like Sasha Ngomazulu, you have guys like Andre Pollard, and Vusi Moyo is still 20 years old. So I think he has a lot of years left, but I don't know if he'll play in those first few games against the All Blacks. But Grant Williams is currently the best scrum half that South Africa has. Manie Libbok, he's been in form recently, pulling the strings very well, has a very good combination with Grant Williams, and I think those two are either going to start against the All Blacks or be coming off the bench like they did a lot last year for the Springboks in that very successful season. I mean, Grant Williams and Manie Libbok have built a phenomenal combination together, and I think what the Springboks seem to be doing right now is they seem to be keeping combinations together, like Kane and Moody and Estes, and seem to be playing together in the centres quite often. Morne van der Berg and Andre Pollard are always paired together. Kobus Reinach and Sasha Ngomazulu, and now of course Grant Williams and Manie Libbok. So I think those two guys in the number 9 and number 10 jersey, they either start against the All Blacks in game 1 or they come off the bench. But I think the rest of the backline players there, they've all got their positions set in the teams. Those guys are absolutely brilliant rugby players, and I think they might just complete the starting lineup backline for game 1 against the All Blacks. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. But you've got Kurtley Arendse and Cheslin Colby, the 2 first choice wingers there. You've got de Linde and Creel, the most capped Springbok centre combination of all time. You've got Damian Willemse, the current and by far number 1 choice fullback, number 15 for the Springboks. So the Springboks are being very smart with this, sending guys overseas that are now coming back from injury, like a Siya Kolisi, like a Eben Etzebeth, like a Louis Diaga, like a Sasha Ngomazulu, playing Sasha alongside a guy like Kobus Reinach, who they normally are together in the combinations anyways for Stormers and for the Springboks as well, while giving these guys a break that have maybe played a few games or that they know those guys need to prepare together as a squad and as a unit. So I think the coaches are doing some very interesting things, making some very smart decisions, but you can clearly see that there are some players that have been left behind in South Africa that probably most definitely actually will feature and probably will start in game 1 against the All Blacks. So let me know down below, what do you think from the forwards, from Malcolm Marx, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Franco Mostert, Ruan Nortje, Jasper Wiese, Vincent Chichuka, Paul de Villiers, Oxenchair, Kadlu Sadi, and Ntutoko Mchunu. Which of those guys do you think will feature in game 1? And which of those guys do you think makes the starting lineup? For me, Malcolm Marx, Pieter-Steph, Ruan Nortje, Jasper Wiese, and Oxenchair definitely make the starting lineup, with maybe a few question marks on Franco Mostert and Paul de Villiers, maybe Kadlu Sadi as well. Those guys could be bench options. And then in the backline, for me, it's pretty clear. Grant Williams, Manie Libbok, Kurtley Arendse, Damian Willemse, Jesse Creel, Damien de Linde, and Cheslin Colby will all be featuring in game 1 against the All Blacks. And maybe Manie Libbok and Grant Williams to come off the bench and make a very big impact together, like they did in those games last year against France, against the All Blacks in Wellington, and of course against Ireland as well. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Very interesting selections from the Springboks coaching staff. Very exciting times ahead. Now we got Argentina this week, and then the Springboks, I think the 22nd of August, All Blacks game 1. It's going to be absolutely awesome. If you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.